Nobody in Italy is interested in MLS, Stephen. David Beckham playing for Milan is not going to have Italian boys anywhere all over Italy saying, oh, I can't wait to tune in and watch the MLS, and then they turn it on and they're playing in an NFL field. No chance. If you think this is a great move for the MLS, you're a mug. Now, Carrick's goal was sweet, taking on his left foot like that. I think he's definitely underrated as a player. A player Spurs should never have let go, but Cristiano Ronaldo's shown us he's got a left foot.
You know what we have shown is that they didn't have a choice. That's the point. This is like Robbie was just saying about Miyazaki. His head has been turned. It's over. In January, he's going to move because he wants to go play for the big boys and see if he can really do it. We talk about this, Tottenham shouldn't have let him go. What chance did they have? And some of the interviews that I've been reading in the Sunday papers from Daniel Levy talking about the last few weeks of Berbatov at Tottenham, let me tell you something. I would have dumped him for...
who knows? Daniel Levy, who believes anything that comes out of that hobbit's mouth? I mean, look,
why?
What are you talking about?
The man, Berbatov essentially went on strike.
Look, Daniel Levy's punting this whole thing right now that he brought Berbatov here and Berbatov was nothing.
He
so
did.
What? Berbatov is a mercenary like every other footballer or employee of any company in the world. They offer you more money, you go get it.
Hold on, you've just made a point about Tottenham. You said...
They're a selling club.
They have no choice.
Why don't they have any choice to hit? Why would they let...
Because if they signed Michael Carrick from West Ham for $5 million and Manchester United come in for $17 million, they've got to do the deal.
But look at the goals they ship at the back. Look at the lack of creativity from a position like Carrick supplies.
But when these players' heads get turned, it's over. They may as well be gone.
Rubbish.
No. Really? Really? You believe that?
A guy Carrick you can keep in the team.
You don't know what you're talking
about. A guy
about.
Berbatov
We'll be right
can.
back. All right, we're back on World Talk Daily, and I know we were talking to Tyler before we got into that, and this gentleman is written to me, and he's absolutely right. This is from Dave in Connecticut. He says, don't forget, the Carrick was a year away from a Bosman. Spurs they kept him, and Defoe in January would have risked losing him for nothing. As a PLC, Levy had no choice but to sell Carrick. No choice.
Is that what it's down to, just having no choice? What about building a team for the future? Michael Carrick has captain of Tottenham Hotspur written all over him when he went there. Dimitar Berbatov did not.
Okay.
He's a mercenary.
But Robbie Keane was the captain of Tottenham Hotspur.
And he pissed off too.
Okay, so when their heads get turned, it's over.
Okay, and whose job is it to turn it back round? The chairman.
It's done. Don't be so naive. If a Man United, a Chelsea, or a Liverpool...
So you're saying that if an employee's head gets turned round, you can't turn him. You just throw the towel in, do you?
Not
take the money.
If the offer...
Come on, Stephen.
What is... Look, you should deal with Scotland, seriously. If you're trying to tell me that a Robbie Keane or a Berbatov or a Michael Carrick is not going to be turned by the money and the lure of the Champions League, what game are you talking about?
Tottenham Hotspur...
bowling sounds more like what you're talking about.
When Michael Carrick signed for Tottenham Hotspur, they were the supposed heirs to becoming in the top four, breaking into the big four.
And it didn't happen.
He could have been the captain of that club.
And it didn't happen.
It didn't happen after, 18 months, and Levy couldn't turn him around because he wanted another big payday.
People want what they want, and they want it now. And the minute their heads get turned, this is the nature of the game, and this is why ultimately it is very unfair for teams like a Newcastle. Look what Newcastle did with James Milner. They got a better offer.
James Milner wanted to leave categorically.
Exactly.
Michael Carrick wasn't going about in the newspaper saying, I want to leave. He should have been sold into getting the armband and being the centre midfielder that club still hasn't replaced.
You know what? You could not be more naive about this.
Let's not be naive.
Michael Carrick has gone from West Ham to Tottenham Hotspur.
To winning a Champions League. I understand that.
Exactly. So what exactly do you not understand?
I don't understand why Levy just continues to cash in on people instead of trying to build a club who last week were bottom of the league. Fact.
Yeah, they might be again today. But you not understanding, like, football 101 or the economics of football is embarrassing.
Stephen,
You're embarrassing. This is embarrassing. You're trying to tell me...
Stephen, if anybody understands...
Okay,
Levy has backed himself into so many corners, there are none left. All he does is sell people. What about building this club?
He doesn't have a choice.
How do you know he doesn't have a choice? How do you know the personal situation between him and Michael Carrick? When he could have sat down and built that club around a player like that, which consequently they still haven't done. Because you don't just sell everybody, Stephen.
Because
How do you know his head get turned?
Because it was all over the place.
No, I don't believe that.
Really?
Let's go back to Tyler.
No, hold on.
This is rude. This boy's called up to talk about...
No, hold on. Do you not believe that Berbatov's head got turned?
Berbatov's a mercenary. He's a goal scorer. He works on adulation.
Well, Michael Carrick has gone from West Ham to Tottenham to Manchester United, and just because he's English doesn't make him any less of a mercenary. He's equally a mercenary.
Michael Carrick is a player that club should have been, could have and should have been built around. Berbatov's not that type of player.
Oh, come on. When Ferguson puts his claws into it, it's over. Over.
Okay, so then we'll just send everybody up to Manchester.
Come and play with Ronaldo.
The sun just shines out the arse of everybody in Manchester, does it?
Well,
let's just get to Manchester.
Apparently that is the footballing mecca of England right now.
Well, let's just give them the title for the next 10 years until somebody else comes along.
I think that's exactly what they're trying to accomplish.
Tyler, in Ohio.
All right, Tyler, what's going on?
Hello? Sorry about that.
I'm still here. No, it's all right.
Go ahead.
I was wondering after...
Build the team around him. Yeah, all right.
Well, who have they built it around?
Go on, Tyler. Go on.
You're still not answering my question.
Who have they built it around?
Where is this team right now from a central midfield standpoint, creating the play, protecting the back four? Michael Carrick was that man. Levy never took the time to sit down and build that club around him and build that boy's ideas. Let's build a club around you.
Hold on, Tyler. When he was on his way to Manchester, did you remember him turning around going, "Oh, Daniel, save me. Let me stay
We don't know that.
Well, yes, we do, actually. People who
I think the record proves that Daniel Levy is
the people who live in the real world of football know that once the boy's head was turned and the money was in, the boy wanted to go and the club had to sell because
well, why wouldn't he?
Because the response is exactly when you try to keep somebody like they did with Dimitar Berbatov, it's a nightmare. And all of a sudden you spend all this time not negotiating it well, and you wind up after 8 games in the season on 2 points at the bottom of the league. That's why you have to. And that's why I think they tried to take a stand, and they shouldn't have bothered taking a stand. They should have done Berbatov in the middle of summer.
Footballers, like he said about Leeds, and when you do things like that about a man like Stuart Pearce, I've kept really quiet, but I'll tell you something. He went down in my estimation when he said that. We have not resorted to that, but I'll tell you, you can tell him now if you're watching it, we're still fighting for this title, and he's got to go to Middlesbrough and get something. And I'll tell you, honestly, I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Yeah, I bet you will, Kevin. All right, Tyler, what's on your mind?